In the 90s, every kid wanted to be like Mike.
Sometimes I dream that here's me. Got to see that's how I dream to be.
Fast forward to 2015, and every kid in their local gym was chucking up deep threes trying to be like Steph. He was a cultural phenomenon, a player that defined a generation. After signing an unprecedented deal with Under Armour, almost entirely by chance, Curry and Under Armour were on a skyward trajectory with seemingly limitless potential. But fast forward to November 2025, and the empire has crumbled. How did we get here? How did a once unstoppable duo taking over basketball culture fall apart in a breakup that feels straight out of a Hollywood tabloid? How did Under Armour go from signing the skinny kid from Davidson, almost by accident, to building a legitimate basketball powerhouse, to a clean split that nobody saw coming? What happens next? This is Overtime Origins. Let's get into it.
First and foremost, Under Armour and like the partnership, they've seen exactly how and supported me every way they can.
To understand why the partnership died, we need to understand how it started, because this thing was never supposed to happen. In 2013, Curry was a rising sharpshooter with bad ankles and limited height, and Nike treated him like an afterthought. At his pitch meeting, Nico Harrison, yes, that Nico Harrison, who was a Nike executive at the time, mispronounced his name, reused an old PowerPoint, and forgot to swap out Kevin Durant on several slides. It was one of the most disrespectful presentations ever given to a future MVP. Nico was disrespecting generational talents long before the Luka fiasco. Under Armour didn't make that mistake. They saw a superstar waiting to happen, and they pitched him as the centerpiece, the face of an entire new era of Under Armour basketball. And it worked. From the moment he put on the Curry ones, everything changed. Steph wins MVP, then he wins another one unanimously. He breaks basketball record books in half, and suddenly Under Armour isn't just in the sneaker game, they're winning it. Under Armour's stock skyrockets 700%. Curry becomes the face of youth basketball everywhere in the country. Curry 1s and Curry 2s are selling out faster than UA can make them.
Day in, day out.
For a brief, unreal moment, Under Armour, a football and compression shirt brand, had the hottest basketball player and the hottest basketball shoe in the world. They launched Curry brand in 2020, aiming to create their version of Jordan brand. And for a little while, it looked like they did. But while Curry reached heights nobody expected, Under Armour started slipping. And it didn't happen all at once. It happened through a series of mistakes that slowly, painfully cracked the foundation of their empire.
I think you're annoyed that he's not wearing enough Under Armour product to games. He's annoyed that his shoes aren't selling as well as he'd like.
Currys were supposed to push the brand forward. Instead, it pushed memes forward. Bad design, confusing colorways. You've seen the dad shoes jokes. Sales fell off a cliff. Buzz evaporated. Under Armour stock dropped 60%. The relationship between athlete and brand got complicated. Trust eroded. From 2018 to 2024, Under Armour was a roller coaster. Leadership turnover, lawsuits, falling revenue, identity crisis. They tried to be everything except what they were good at. Meanwhile, Nike kept innovating. Under Armour didn't. And the stock tells a story. By 2023, analysts said Under Armour basketball was one player away from disappearing. That player was Steph. One star, one brand, one business unit. That's not sustainable. Other brands like Adidas were capitalizing on up-and-coming big stars like Anthony Edwards, not unlike how Curry and Under Armour had climbed that same hype mountain just 8 years before.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe that.
It's believe that.
Curry, while undoubtedly a generational player still, had become almost old news. The Warriors weren't the same dynasty they once were. You can only keep people's attention so long, and once that fades, so does your value. Behind the scenes, Under Armour began restructuring. They cut marketing budgets, they downsized basketball, they spun Curry brand into its own unit, a quiet signal that a split was coming. This wasn't abrupt, it was a slow motion breakup.
Yeah, Melissa, some breaking news. Under Armour and Curry brand officially splitting ways, ending a 13-year partnership.
On November 13, 2025, it became official. Under Armour and Steph Curry ended their 13-year partnership. The man who built their basketball division walked away, wearing a completely different brand on his feet. Now comes the fun part. What happens next? For Under Armour, the future is uncertain. Without Curry, there's no clear successor, no rising star, no strategy that replaces what he brought. With revenue from the Curry portfolio only making up a small percentage for Under Armour, the brand is looking to get back to its core offerings. While 2% seems minuscule on paper, the influence and brand recognition that Curry brings to Under Armour is priceless. One thing is clear though. Under Armour tried to play with the big boys, and while they might have kept up for a while, the Goliath that is Nike and Jordan brand came out on top, again.
That Nike was going to make a run at acquiring Under Armour. Did they ever reach out?
No. They like killing people sometimes. So,
For Steph, however, his options are a lot more interesting. Steph will retain ownership of the Curry brand and get to move forward with it however he decides fit. Option 1, he could sign with Nike, a powerhouse with unlimited resources to push not just Curry basketball, but golf and lifestyle to the furthest extents of their capabilities. It's the poetic full circle ending. Option 2, Curry could take Curry brand independent, the Federer model, and build a billion-dollar lifestyle empire without a parent company. With an estimated net worth of nearly $250 million, Steph would have no problem going internal with the Curry brand and exercising full creative freedom. Option 3, Adidas or New Balance. Both aggressive to compete with Nike basketball, and both hungry for a legacy star to add to their payroll. Adidas with Ant-Man and New Balance with Kawhi, both brands already have some stars under their belts, but Curry would bring significant influence to their brands for generations to come. All options considered, while money will always be a driver in business, Curry's at a crucial fork in the road with his brand, and he'll likely be driven by cultural impact and creative direction more than profits. For that reason, I wouldn't expect a decision too soon. Curry has the luxury of time and lasting cultural relevance on his side. At 37, Steph isn't chasing another sneaker deal, he's building a legacy, and he wants to make sure he does it right. In the end, Steph didn't outgrow Under Armour stopped growing with him. And when the most influential player of his generation needed to evolve, the brand that once bet on him couldn't keep up. The empire rose, the empire fell. And now, both sides are writing their next chapter. And only time will tell who writes a bestseller and who fades into obscurity.